Thursday being the last pretty day for a few days. Weather's supposed to get ugly, lots of rain again, but
we'll survive. So we have a gym membership here locally. So when we can't get out and exercise out here in the sun, we'll go indoors, you know, reluctantly. We'll go work on a treadmill or ride an exercise bike. We also do some weightlifting, you know, to keep toned.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, she just passed away. So yeah, I would much rather be outside and get some exercise in the beautiful weather.
When the weather is gorgeous, we're out here all the time. Literally, that's all we do. Exercise, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the view along the coast here.
You hear the gun range behind us?
Yeah.
Texas. He just went underwater, but that guy over there is a turtle.
I see him.
And there's another one over there. See him?
Yep. So we're out here walking along the coast, kind of exploring some of the local parks, and there's some pretty cool stuff out here to see. We're gonna wander out to this structure here along the water, just kind of check it out. What'd you say this looked like?
It looks like a pew pew.
Like a pew pew?
Pew pew pew.
Like a duck blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make a duck blind?
Poke in the eye. We're very fortunate and blessed to live out here along the coast and be able to enjoy the scenery like this is all the time. Hopefully we can get to share it with you guys. Hopefully you'll be interested in this. You know, get to see nature.
I think that's what it is. I think it's a snowy egret. Or egret.
You can see it. There's right there. There's an egret right here by us. So we get to see it right up close to it. Get to watch it here live.
How cute is that?
Very cute.
Watch it. Look what he's doing. He was
Washing his feet.
with his feet. Yeah.
I think what they're doing is they're stirring in the grass to see if they can stir up any little fish. Get them kind of, that's what they're doing. They're stirring up to see if any fish will come flying out of there and they can eat it. That's where the fish will hide, in these little grass pockets. So they'll stir it up, try to get it to eat. He's right here, right there.
Hi, birdie, birdie. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Sure pretty.
Oh, there he goes.
This guy's coming in for landing, or is he taking off? Oh, he's taking off. That's their airstrip.
So it's the coastal airstrip. You get to see the birds take off, land, come in for food. So I have a pretty good sweet tooth. So on keto, I have to find things that fit into the keto diet, but are still satisfy that little sweet tooth I have. So I make a homemade pecan candy. It's basically...
I'm gonna stop right there and let you know that he is a transplanted Texan, because before he would call them pecan candies. But when you're in Texas, it's pecan.
Yeah. There's a big debate over pecan and pecan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
So I use 3 cups of raw pecan halves. And I'll use Swerve no calorie sweetener. And I'll also use the brown sugar Swerve no calorie sweetener. So I'll take 3 cups of pecan halves, 1 stick of butter.
Which is 8 tablespoons.
8 tablespoons.
Real butter.
Real butter. And I will put in 6 tablespoons of the Swerve no calorie sweetener, 3 tablespoons of the Swerve brown sugar no calorie sweetener, a dash of cinnamon, and a little bit of vanilla.
So here's a tip. I prefer using real vanilla extract, good quality real vanilla extract, rather than imitation vanilla flavoring.
So what you want to do is get a saucepan, slice the butter up from your stick from 8 tablespoons, put it into a saucepan on low heat, slightly get everything melting. You pour in your no-calorie sweetener, your Swerve, and your brown sugar replacement no-calorie sweetener into the pan. Once the butter's melted, get it stirred up, put in your cinnamon and a little bit of your vanilla, and that's the sauce you've made. So
there really isn't a measurement for the cinnamon or the vanilla. It's just a cheat of vanilla.
Just a dash.
Just a cheat.
So from there, you'll pour in your 3 cups of pecan halves, put it on medium heat, and start stirring. You continually stir. About 7-8 minutes until you see that the sauce that you've made become pretty thick. Once it's thickened up, your pecans are pretty much cooked. So you want to continually stir your pecans as they're cooking so they don't stick to the bottom of the pot, because they will stick and they'll burn, and they'll let you know pretty quick. Your neighbors probably will let you know too. I'm burning, I'm on fire.
My biscuits are burning.
So after they've been fully cooked and your sauce is pretty thick and everything's evenly coated, and you've cooked it about 7-8 minutes, turn off the stove, move your saucepan over to a cookie sheet with some parchment paper.
You pour the entire content of the pan onto that baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper, and you want to just spread them out.
Spread it out evenly, let it cool off completely.
Another tip, be very mindful when you're spreading these things out, because you will get burned if you touch them.
From experience, you will burn your fingers if you touch these.
Yeah.
So you let it sit down and cool off completely. It'll harden up, make a glaze on the pecans. From there, you'll just take them, break them up off of the parchment paper, put them into a container, store them in the fridge. Keep them cold, that way, because they're coated with butter, so they will tend to kind of get melty and a little sticky if you don't put them in the fridge.
And just make sure that it's an airtight container so that other flavors from the fridge won't affect the taste of the candy.
Yeah, so whenever you have a little urge to have something sweet, a little snack, they're extremely keto friendly because the Swerve is a no-calorie sweetener, no carb, it's keto approved. Pecans are good for you, they got healthy fats in them. So there you go.
In butter.
I usually bring them with me anywhere I'm going. I have a little snack, and it's a great little pick-me-up. A little fat and good for you.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for today. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed our little walk around the park.
It was beautiful weather.
Gorgeous weather. I'm glad we got to enjoy that. Hopefully you learned some tips, learned how to make some of this pecan candy that I love. We're going to show you what we use. I use just plain pecans.
We get this big bag at Sam's. What is it, 2 pounds? And everything at Sam's is usually $10 each. We kind of figured that out anyway.
So you also want to make sure you have a stick of butter.
Real butter.
8 tablespoons.
Which is 1 cup. You also use the cheat of cinnamon.
Make sure you don't use paprika. Trust me from experience on this one, you don't want to do that.
We also have a good vanilla. This one is San Luis Rey. It's pure vanilla from Mexico. Look for this. I think you can get it on Amazon. It is superb.
It's hard to find in the stores around here.
Right. We found it in a little shop in San Antonio.
One of our many trips.
Also, we have
Swerve granular sugar replacement. It's keto approved, keto friendly.
0 calorie.
0 calorie, ultra low carb.
And also we have
the brown sugar replacement, Swerve. This one's open because we've been using it. I like to make the pecans. I can't help it.
Yeah. And also, this doesn't go into the recipe, but just to let you know,
They do make a confectioner's sugar version. It's great. It's not used on this recipe, but you can use it on some of the other stuff. Any sweets you like to make that are keto friendly, you can use
that call for powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, whatever you want to call it. But good stuff.
Very good stuff. Hopefully you like the video.
And hopefully you like us.
If you do, subscribe below. Also check out our links. We'll put up some of the stuff that we use for the pecans.
Yeah.
Give you some links to it so you can find it on your own and try some of those recipes. Let us know how it comes out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.